Ho ho! Okay, we're back here for another week on how to become an MVP, and I want to talk about creating how-to videos. Pretty much anybody can create how-to videos, basically with some screen capture or recording software, mobile phone, webcam, something like that. You can be up and running. But first of all, I want to thank Alison Mulligan for this amazing shirt. She knows that I love Elon Musk, that I think that guy's a legend and a true innovator of our generation. I love it. Thank you, Allison. Amazing shirt. One thing to know about Allison, she's a power addict. She's somebody that gets power apps and flow and how she uses it in her business to enable her to become more productive and efficient. I recommend check her out on Twitter. I'll make sure I put the links to her in the show notes below. But the other thing about Allison, amazing friend. I love it. You know, when I came to London, she made me feel so welcome, and I really appreciate that. If you are thinking at any point that you want to change your career up, move to the next level, I'd reach out to Allison, because you'd be surprised how she might be able to help you. Anyhow, let's get back on to what I'm covering here, how-to videos. So first of all, think about creating how-to videos. Sometimes you come up with a way of, okay, I want to show how to create a flow, and as you go through the steps and you do your voiceover, it comes to 35 minutes or 50 minutes, whatever it may be. And you might think, well, I'm going to put that video together and put it online. I say, stop right there. Listen, the way people look at videos on YouTube and stuff, and my research that I've seen, is that really you want to keep your video in a how-to scenario to no more between 5 and 7 minutes. Preferably 5 is where you want to create that cutoff. So if you have one that takes almost an hour, think about turning it into a series and create multiple 5 to 7 minute chunks of that and release them 1, 2, 3, 4 at the time. Because when people search later and they want that bit of the video around addressing their particular need, when they're partway through a project and they've done a quick search and they've found your video and they look at 30 minutes, an hour, they're like, oh, I don't have time for that. I need to keep going. But if they see 5 minutes, they're like, I can spare 5 minutes. I can double the speed, get it down to 2.5 minutes, and I might be able to get the concept from that video. And of course, you're helping somebody else in the community. So think about creating them as series. I always recommend you storyboard out. Where's the logical breakpoint? Storyboard doesn't have to be fancy. Just grab a napkin, draw a kind of series of cartoons on it. I'm going to show this on the screen and talk about this. I'm going to show this on the screen, talk about this. At this point, I'm just going to have my face on the screen and talk about blah, 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 and get comfortable with engaging with the camera. So think about storyboarding. And the other thing is shoot in batches. You don't have to sit down and take your entire Saturday just shooting one video. So if you took that, let's say it was an hour long, you're going to break it into chunks of 5 minutes, the post-production or the editing at the end is going to take you a long time. So what you might want to do is go, okay, I've said that this needs to be screen record. So you might screen record the whole piece in one bit, but breaking it at the logical points that you're then going to extract out and use in the video series you create. Same if you're doing head and shoulder. Think about how you could record all the sound bites that you need to add with your video content in there, chop them up later in post-production and insert them and tell the story. Remember, your how-to videos should be clear, logical. What was the problem that they're having? Here's what worked for me, and lead to a logical conclusion summary of what you've delivered. I hope that makes sense to you. It's a great way to contribute in the community. Videos are becoming so prolific and a great way of people learning. So you can help people by the how-to videos you create. Doesn't matter whether it's Power Apps, Flow, around the Power Platform, Power BI, any dynamic suite of products, all the AI products that are out there. You have ideas. You have ways of thinking about things that could be a contribution to other people in the community. Share your ideas, bring your creativity so we all can learn. And guess what? You might become an MVP out of those contributions. I hope that helped you on the journey to how to become an MVP. If you have questions, any links or people I've talked about, I'll put in the show notes below. I hope you have an amazing week. And until next week, stay cool.